Good morning everybody, welcome to English. Today is Wednesday and we're going to be writing a non-chronological report. Now yesterday you did some research on your choice of an animal and I gave you 4 categories to organise your information to. And they were appearance, or what your animal looks like, diet, what your animal eats, habitat, where your animal lives, and finally any other interesting facts. Now, as we're going to be writing a non-chronological report, we're going to be organising this into paragraphs. So the paragraphs that you're going to be writing are appearance, diet, habitat, and interesting facts. But of course, the first paragraph we're going to want is the introduction. Now, the introduction will introduce your animal and it will capture the attention of your reader to want to make them, or rather to make them want to read more and find out more about your animal. Other things we need to make sure we include in our non-chronological report. We need to make sure that we use conjunctions, because we don't just want short, boring sentences. For example, if you were writing about a cat, you don't really want to write, the cat has 4 legs, the cat has whiskers, the cat has ears, because that would be boring. What you need to be writing is, for example, the cat has whiskers, so it can feel its way in the dark. Other things we need to remember to use in our introduction, and in fact in the rest of our paragraphs, will be things like fronted adverbials. And as we all know, after every fronted adverbial, we need a comma. And this is so that we can mix our sentences up and make our writing more interesting. The other thing that I'd like you to use in your non-chronological report are noun phrases, so that when you are describing your animals, you are making your work interesting. You're not just saying, some cats are black, some cats are white. You might describe the fur as long, fluffy white fur, for example. Okay, so I am going to be writing my report about cats. So I'm going to write my title and I'm going to underline it. And obviously I'm going to start with my introduction. Now, the best way to start an introduction is to write a very general statement. Something that isn't particularly focused or doesn't contain a really key fact, but makes a general statement about your animal. Maybe if you were writing about whales, you might put that whales are the biggest mammals on the planet. I'm writing about cats, so I'm going to write that the cat is one of the most popular pets in the UK. So I'm going to write the domestic cat is one of the most popular pets in Britain. So it's a nice general statement just to get me started. Please note, I've put a capital letter on Britain. Britain is the name of the country. It's a proper noun. It needs a capital letter. Moving on, I now need to make another fairly general statement that's quite interesting to capture the interest of my reader. So, cats have been around for a very long time. They've been around for thousands of years. So why don't I start with something like that? Now, I would like to start my sentence in a different way, so I'm going to start with a fronted adverbial. And I'm going to start with a fronted adverbial of time. For thousands of years. Okay, so for thousands of years is the fronted adverbial, and of course it is followed by a comma. For thousands of years, people have kept cats in their homes. Now, I could stop that there. I could put a full stop and it would be a perfectly valid sentence. For thousands of years, people have kept cats in their homes. However, I am going to put in a conjunction so I can expand my sentence, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, so for thousands of years, people have kept cats in their homes for many reasons, including for company, comma, to deal with rodents. By rodents I mean things like rats and mice, and even to be worshipped there's the I, as gods, because in ancient Egyptian times cats were worshipped as gods. And now I just want a nice statement, again something interesting, just to finish this paragraph off. So I'm going to go for something like, I'm going to include a bit of description, I'm going to try and throw in a bit of alliteration, and I might even throw in a noun phrase as well, just to basically make the end of my paragraph pretty, make it attractive, make it enjoyable to read. So, these furry four-legged predators, yeah, I quite like that, are truly fascinating creatures. So I've got lots of F in there for the alliteration. Furry four-legged predators, there's my extended noun phrase, and I'm also saying that they're fascinating creatures, which suggests that I'm going to give a lot more interesting facts as I continue the report. So, these furry, now because it is an expanded noun phrase, it's furry, comma, four-legged creatures. No, I wasn't going to use creatures, I was going to use predators. Are fascinating, and that is where I was going to put creatures. So hopefully that will make the reader want to read on. So let's read through the whole paragraph, make sure we're happy with it. The domestic cat is one of the most popular pets in Britain. For thousands of years, people have kept cats in their homes for many reasons, including for company, to deal with rodents, and even to be worshipped as gods. These furry, four-legged predators are fascinating creatures. So I have my general statement. I have a fronted adverbial. I have a conjunction, I have lots of extra information, I have alliteration and an expanded noun phrase, and hopefully I've captured the interest of my reader. So what I'd like you to do now is write your title and your introduction, and when you've done that, come back and we'll do the paragraph about appearance.